Nikienda sana 1.5 hours. Live. Hello and good morning and welcome to yet another session of Hatua Now. Hatua Now is a civic platform, both online and offline. Tuko Africomm Development Center. Africomm Development Center is a community-based organization in Tharaka Nithi County. Tuko hapa opposite Chuka Boys, Abednego House, first floor, room number 2. We deal with a lot of things, but the reason why we are here today is because of leadership and governance. And Hatua Now, Session 7, itakuwa inaangalia the political state of Tharaka Nithi County, County 013, the home ground of Deputy President. So I'll give you a little history of Tharaka Nithi County. As nimesema, it is County 013. County headquarters zetu ziko Kadhwana. Tuko na major towns zenye ni Chuka, Marimanti, Kadhwana na Chogoria. Oh my God. We have 5 sub-counties, 3 constituencies, and 15 wards. The county was officially created under the 2010 Constitution of Kenya, which introduced devolution in county government. Tumekuwa na governors wawili. The first governor was Governor Samuel Rugwa, mwenye alikuwa from 2013 to 2017. And the current governor amekuwa hapo since 2017 up to present ni Muthomi Njoki. According to the 2019 census, the population ya huku Tharaka Nithi County ni 393,177,000. But in 2023 kulikuwa na estimate of the population na ikakuja ni 416,383,000 people. But registered voters, according to 2017 data, ilichukuliwa 2017, the registered voters were 213,154,000. And the main economy of Tharaka Nithi County is agriculture. Na kama nilikuwa nimesema, Tharaka Nithi County ni home ground ya the current DP, the current Deputy President, Kithure Kindiki. Jana, the opposition, the United Opposition, DCP, was here. Walikuwa wanaenda the Mount Kenya region, walianza Chuka, wakaenda Kadhwana. Walifika Kadhwana kweli? Wakaenda mpaka Meru. And today I'm here with youth leaders and youth advocates. We are going to discuss the political state of Tharaka Nithi County because at this moment, Tharaka Nithi County is seme kuna interest in the national politics and even in local politics. Tuangalie kunaendaje. And let me introduce my very able panel. Habari zenu? Mko salama? Could you kindly say hi to the audience? Kwanza na wewe.
Oh, hi. So for those people who are outside there, I'm Richard Liki. I'm the current law school president Chuka University. Yes.
Hello guys, I'm DK Frank. I'm a youth leader, ambitious in leadership and governance. Yeah.
Yeah. So DK Frank is from around here, and Wakili here may benefit from what Tharaka Nithi has to give. So we can all say this is what happened residents of Tharaka Nithi County.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So this first question goes to DK Frank. Currently, county yetu iko spotlight nationally, according to the national politics, because the deputy presidents come from here. Sindio?
Yeah.
So kuna advantages zenye zinakuja with that, and what expectations do the citizens have wakijua sisi ndio tumetoa deputy president?
Yes, of course. There are advantages. Lazima kama umkuwa na kiongozi nyumbani, it's not the same as those who are reaching him from far. No. Sai currently as Tharaka Nithi County, the office of the deputy president, kuna wale watu ina employees, ndio. From the one go, it will take the largest number from the home county, ndio. Yes. Another thing, tuseme you want to access the office of the deputy president and you are from Tharaka Nithi County, it will be much easier for you than people from other places. No. Let me say, currently, we have not benefited so much. Si ameingia juzi. Sahi ndo amemaliza mwaka na kitu, unaona. So, but I am sure, by the moment tunafika 2027, tunaenda hivyo, kuendelea hivyo, we shall see a lot of things.
So ukisema 2027 kuendelea hivyo ni kusema ni 2 term?
Yeah, of course.
maoni yeyote ya panel, tafadhali ni maoni ya panel. Every opinion given by Wakili or DK Frank is their own personal opinion. It's not the opinion of Africomm. Sawa sawa. So DK umesema tutaanza kuona after the second term.
Not semi after the second term. Like currently sahi already we are benefiting, but it is not yet visible. No. But by the moment tunafika huko kwenda kufika 2027, we shall be feeling it.
Okay. If I can ask, ni expectations gani yenye citizens wako nayo considering, okay, like wako na ni barabara, ni agriculture, ni economy, what will happen? What kind of expectations?
According to me, from my point of view, unajua the citizens are not so much informed, unaona? So the moment wamesikia tu we have the deputy president, wanasema we are the second in the government, unaona? They are expecting a lot of resources, a lot of changes, unaona? Like they are expecting to reap more. Lakini kuna kitu moja tunafaa kuelewa. The deputy president is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Sio deputy president wa Tharaka Nithi County, unaona? Sio deputy president wa Mount Kenya. So on the issue of resources na hizo project na nini, it cannot be biased. Okay. From the one of nini vile mimi namjua, he is not tribal. Unaona? Yeah.
So the Tharaka Nithians, mtuambie hapo, are there real developments yenye mumeona kwa ground considering the deputy anatoka huko? And Wakili, if I can ask, na if a county iko kwa national interest, for example, now that sisi tumetoa DP, now the country and is the national politics, watu wanatuongelelea sana, does that translate into real development?
Okay, first of all, I've heard what my brother here said. It's a good argument. I support that. But he has not come out clear. He has said that they have not benefited from the government part of being that the DP is coming from Tharaka Nithi. First of all, the other day I saw a project of 1.2 billion for electrifying the area. This one is a project that have been governed by have been fully coordinated from the office of the deputy president. This one shows that they have advantaged themselves, being that the deputy president just got into the office the other day.
Yes.
You know, in every financial year, in the office of the deputy, there is allocation of 3 billion. 3.07 billion. That one shows that the deputy has a mandate to initiate a project. So the area has got interest. Going into your question, you have said that it can amount to anything else. They normally say what is on the ground is different from what is on the upper side. First of all, home is the best home. I'm sure that even though the deputy is a national figure, I'm very sure that the background should speak a lot. Yes.
Okay. So there should be, it should translate into real development.
Yes. You know, I mean this because the deputy president knows the background and he knows the area. In one or the other, on a layman language, this deputy president must build a road heading to his home. This road should not even serve himself, but it should serve the whole area. So that one will be a development for the area, starting from the word. Yes.
Okay. DK.
Yes.
Then after tumeona DCP amekuja na nini yake na watu walitokea. So does it mean Tharaka Nithi tuko hiyo side ingine? But what can you say about yesterday's rally?
What I can say, unajua in politics kuna kitu huitwa interest, unaona? Alafu from the one go, sai currently mostly even the youth, they are not that much busy, unaona? So the moment there are such rallies, lazima watokezee, unaona? Because they are not busy in anything. So lazima watokezee. Mostly in their minds wanafikiria like wanaweza pata kakitu huko, unaona? So kukua like kulikuwa na watu wengi, it doesn't mean that DCP has a say in Tharaka Nithi, unaona? Alafu no, sitaki kuingia sana into that deep politics, but mpaka rumors that DCP bado had mobilized watu wao. unaona.
Okay.
At that politics lazima ina political ni arrangement lazima mjipange, si ni kweli?
Kweli.
So mi ile point naweza sema, the key point I can say, if you listen to the speech of the DCP Linda Gachagua, he had no agenda, unaona. Hakusema watu wa Tharaka Nithi the moment tutatoa Ruto na Kindiki mkiweka hii ni united opposition, we will bring this and this and this, unaona.
Ilikuwa tu porojo.
Yeah, tu yeah, no agenda, unaona. So why should we follow such a guy? Yet unajua kama anatuambia saa hii, let's start from here. Anafaa tuambie for the 2 years I was the deputy president. Hapa Tharaka Nithi I initiated this project and this project, unaona. I brought this irrigation project, unaona. I brought this electricity unaona. Alafu anatuambia tena saa hii, if you put your trust in me once more, I will do this and this and this. I will consider you in this way, unaona. Lakini sasa yeye anasema tu Ruto na Soprano ni one term, si ndio? From there he does not tell us what will be our place in his government.
Okay. Hana manifesto bado Aya basi.
Okay. Just to say something, I've heard something from you, my brother. I will allow me to differ from you. Don't misquote me, because I know people will have to say you're from the side. You know, from where we sit, people have judged us. This person is from the side of one term or two term.
Yeah.
We don't want to go to that aspect, but we want to say the truth. You know, in our supreme law of the land, that one is constitution. I normally base my fact from a given. You are given argument from the fact part of it. And Article 37 of the Constitution of Kenya provide for a peaceful assembly unharmed. You can assemble and give your view to the public. I see what the DCP, let me not call it DCP because they were united opposition.
United
right
opposition,
now, the good term is united opposition. From what united opposition is doing, first of all, they are exercising their right to the Article 37 of the Constitution. This means that when they assemble, they give us much. Let me not say, you have said that he has no agenda. The united opposition have agenda. The first agenda is, you know, this politics is dynamic. You need to go strategic. You know, when I start telling you what I'm doing as a leader now, I can't request for your votes. There is a process. You need to mobilize the ground. You feel what the ground is feeling. You hear from your people. You go that when I go to Nyanza, the Nyanza people will welcome me. But when I come to Mount Kenya, they will give me this. So I can't sell manifesto right now. Those people are trying, what they are trying to do, wanna kosoa government. Opposition is acting like an oversight, you see? Right now, they are telling us things that were not there. For example, the other day, I was there. I was in Chuka when the opposition were there. I was there. This is something that I had not to miss. Like, first of all, they told us about the 17 billion. Do you think there is a wrong? There is a mess somewhere. Government, like the State House, have been allocated 17 billion while the flood is carrying a lot of people in Nairobi. Do you think there is a problem? And when they have shown us that there is a problem, there is a loophole. You know, me as Wakili, who was fighting for the people, you as a youth leader, you see, from what is on the ground, you can't hear what is happening in the state. But unless these people who are an oversight act of it tell us what is happening. So from there is when we'll hear from them. You have talked of that youths were were reluctant, they have nothing to do. Nothing like that, my brother. Let me tell you something. We youths, we are occupied in several ways. We have skills. Most of us, you find that a youth is a border rider. That thing will give him food or her. You see, when we come to gathering, it doesn't mean that we are selfless or we have nothing to do. We want to hear from our people. You see, they are injecting, from the word injecting, they are telling us more. If you ask many people who are around Chuka or around Mount Kenya, from the walk itself, they will tell you that we learned something from the walk. We learned something from Kalonzo. We learned something from the opposition part of it. Yeah, that's what I can say. Yeah, we went to hear and we want to hear from them. And they are acting as an oversight for the government.
Yes. I like something you have said about youths, because kuna myth kubwa, and I always work to demystify this. Especially politicians wanasemaga ati youths hawa vote, youths hawachukui kura, youths hawana kitu ya kufanya, you know, kama ati mmeenda tu ku attend because you have nothing else to do. That is not, I think that is not true, and that is not right. And actually at this moment, I think youth are taking action. Unaweza sema hatujakuwa tukivote for the longest time, but since 2024, since hiyo maandamano ya 2024, youth wameamka na wameamua, and I think wanachukua kura wengi actually.
Just to add something on top of that, do you know that out of 100% voters in Kenya, youths are 70%.
Yeah.
But when you go to this parliament, you come to youth assemblies, you go to national county assemblies, we are less than 10% represented.
Kama sasa,
our leaders are over 35. When I talk youth, a youth is someone who is below 35 years.
Yeah.
So, but when you check onto our leaders, they are above 35. Many leaders in parliament, they are above 35 years. So we youths, and they normally say youth are not participating. How can you expect us to participate yet we are not represented where we are supposed to be represented?
Kama jana DCP kulikuwa na youth hapo juu, except Kemodho mwenye alitoka huku.
The only youth we saw was Metro.
Let me say something.
Really support. Yes.
Let me say something. Actually, sasa hivi politics inaenda, politics has changed. No. The level of consciousness is now very at a high
level.
No.
Yeah.
So the mistake you can do right now ni kupuuza youth. Unaona? For the coming election on 2027, youth will have a bigger say than any other election.
True.
Unaona?
That is true.
Kitu ingine, we as youth, we can't say we are not represented because we have the capacity to elect our leaders. Ndio. Sasa tukisimama tuseme youth wa Tharaka Nithi, we want a youth governor. Asubuhi atakuwa ndani, si ndio? What we lack is that empowerment, unaona? We feel low, we feel like we don't have the capacity, unaona? Kwanza sana the political problem here ni pesa, unaona? Pesa, that money thing.
Considering the fact that we fanya politics
kama youth,
yeah,
that money thing.
Okay, kwanza to take a break from all politics and stuff, to the public participation. Juu ni mandatory kwa constitution, si ndio?
Yeah.
Do you think the Tharaka Nithi residents, they take public participation seriously?
From my point of view, they don't.
They are not active.
Actually, they don't take it. I don't know if they don't take it seriously or that they don't have the information. But from my point of view, the public participation is very poor.
Have you ever attended any public participation?
Okay, I've attended
here.
Around here I've not.
Or around here
because
I've
not seen any.
Exactly.
According to me.
Okay, let me say something. Sai zile public participation tumekuwa nazo hapa recently. If you go and look at them, those who attend, they are the civic educators, unaona?
And
CHPs au watu wengine wa some NGOs, unaona? So unapata wale the people from those local areas, they never show up. If there's a fiscal public participation, and then there is a different one. Unapata the same people who attended the fiscal, they are the ones present in the same, no. So those people who attend the public participations, hata unaweza wajua, you can tell from the word go. If there's a public participation, you can tell there will be this one and this one and this one. Yeah.
Is it because the government does not advertise this early enough?
Yeah. To me, one thing I feel that the county government does not publicize the public participation in a better manner. The moment you go and gazette a public participation and you expect local people to come to attend, au ni watu wangapi wanasoma gazeti huko mashinani?
True.
Unaona? Very few. I think you know, when there's a public participation and it is constitutional, lazima iko na funds zake, si ndio?
Yeah, iko na budget.
Why don't we use even the chiefs or the area managers? You see, uko kwa vikundi huko, tuseme hizi za welfare. Why don't we use the welfare? Then a letter is written. The welfare inaenda inasoma hiyo letter. There will be a public participation on this day or this day. Another thing, the residents hawajui kabisa what to do on the public, the civic level of nini know is very down.
It's very low.
Very down. Juu sasa hata wakisikia kuna public participation, they don't know what to contribute. No. They don't know their part. They don't know how those public participations help them, you see? Yeah, I think...
yeah, I agree with you because I myself, I attend like almost all of them.
Yeah.
Zenye ziko Chuka, me, I attend all of them. And I agree, hawafanyagi nini. Ni ngumu sana usikie mtu akisema na public participation.
Yeah.
One, because wana gazette. On the gazette like 2 days to...
2 days. 2 days
na hakuna mtu menye, hata nani anaona gazeti siku hizi. They should, the county, this is what the county government of Tharaka Nithi County should mainstream public participation information as much as possible. Wacha Mwendanto TV wajue kuna public participation.
From a radio.
So, there is something that, as we argue, we need to check what is public participation. What's the mechanism for public participation?
Okay.
Then what are the outcomes? You know, you can't tell me that, Jaco, now come, we go and participate in this thing. Then after that, you let me go. Then I will never hear any feedback for me participating in that thing. We have participated. We have seen many people participating, even though we have not attended. But we will hear that in Baringo there was public participation. In Tharaka Nithi there was a public participation. But after that, they will do the contrary of what we agreed.
Okay, what happens is after mumenda public participation, na mko na memorandum. Mzinda kwanza budget.
Yeah, you submit a memorandum.
Yeah, submit memorandum. After submitting, the report inakuwa kwa website ya county. Yeah, inafaa after like 2 weeks after public participation, your report inakuwa kwa website ya county.
But there is something, you know, what is affecting in Tharaka Nithi, what we are debating on, is the same thing that is affecting another county. Even
even the county,
even
the country.
National government. So public participation has been documented in Article 10 of the Constitution. It's a moral, like something. And also, under public participation, there have been county government have been mandated under Article 174 that they should perform duly public participation. They should inform people. The very first thing these people normally fail on is about civic education. You know, you need to come, especially you have talked of chiefs. Chiefs should be mobilized on the ground. They should be used to mobilize people and tell them that this is what we should do. This is what all about public participation. This is what we will do about it. At least those people who are at the mashinani, we call them the Wanjiku people. They should hear and they should have well conversant knowledge concerning the public participation. But this one has not been enhanced. You find that we want to publicly participate about something that is against government. I'm telling you, truth be told, this one is Kenya. They will have to come, they will have to lure us with a lot of promises, and we will not publicly participate. In fact, it will be interrupted because unafika pale utaambiwa, tukifika pale ndani, agree with this. There is no public participation. I think it has been erupted, and I don't see if it works duly. And also, we know we are here also to make recommendations. We should also ensure that Tharaka Nithi County, this one should reach the county executives. We should ensure that, because in one or the other, we learn to study, and we study to learn at the same time. So sometimes our views might help you prosper, especially in manifestos that you gave to the ground.
Yes. That is nice. At least now the county has practical steps and wanaweza to make in making sure everyone is involved in public participation. Kuna mwenye yako hapo ashaenda public participation? Ushaenda? Nini wengine ni wadi wewe? Next time, kuna public participation on 13th. 13th, the whole Tharaka Nithi County is having public participation. Kutakuwa hapa Chuka picnic grounds. Zingine ziko wapi? But tukiendelea nitawaambia. So every year, every county ina allocate wangu wa pesa. Si ndio? Not that we have to, as far as tunaangalia Tharaka Nithi County, lazima pia tuangalie the whole country, the national government. Si ndio? So every year, the county allocates billions through the county government. Residents wa Tharaka Nithi wanajua pesa yenye inaekwa na vile inatumika.
Let me say something on that. If you unajua, this thing ndio hiyo tunasema about the civic education problem. No. People don't have information. No. Unajua, information is power. A person like me, I'm interested in leadership and governance. So I follow those things. So from the one go, mimi I have the information. You see, lakini there are those people who are there the rural areas. Unaona mama wako huko, unaona vijana wa bodaboda wako huko. They are never concerned about what the amount was allocated, how the amount was
spent.
Unaona, they don't they don't follow, even if the Auditor General releases a report and the Auditor General says there was 1, 2, 3. Like your information, you see, very few people like us who follow those things ndio tutafikiwa na hiyo information. Kuna kitu moja, like there is a point, unaona umoja ni nguvu, si ndio? If I have the information and someone else has the information and someone else has the information, and let's say like we speak from every corner of the county, tuseme hii maneno haikuenda vizuri hapa, hii pesa yetu hatujui ilienda wapi, you see. But if sahi hata nikiongea hapa me alone, I can't have nini, I can't have an impact, you see. Yeah.
Do you have anything to say?
Okay, so first of all, concerning the budget, what I can say from the beginning part of it, I think we the citizens, we normally dig our own holes. We bury ourselves because you are allowed under Article 35 of the Constitution. I want to base this thing so that at least from here someone can check what we are basing, we are arguing about. Under Article 35 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, that one is the supreme law of the land. It talks of access to information. A layman person, someone from just a village, can go and ask, even in these offices, how much is being allocated for us as a county. In the national budget, each county normally gets at least 15%. It's 15% of the overall national budget. And this one, we should know, those people who are our viewers should know that the county gets 15% of the overall national budget, you see. So from here, you will find that for us, people who are on the ground, we don't know even how this thing is being spent. You will hear that because a leader will come, or an MP or an MCA will come and show us a national project and tell us that you want to use the same national project to campaign. And for us, people will say, oh, so and so has built for us a road, is working. We need to know, stay informed and updated with the great knowledge that we need to know each and every leader's obligation and where he starts and where another person or an MP, where an MCA starts and where an MP picks and where a government picks, and also national, and what is the role of the Senate in terms of oversight, you see. So but when it comes a case whereby we don't know, we are not informed at any place, so we stay, I don't want to call it ignorance, but we are not informed, you see. So in terms of budget, we have 15 budget of the county normally gets 15% of the national budget, total national budget. But truth be told, and I want to be clear, the people on the ground doesn't know how it is being spent, even the amount the county gets. Also, if you go to a county, out of 100%, you will get around 80% doesn't. They are not staying informed. They are not updated at all.
So when it comes to matters civic education, on matters citizen engagement, is it the role of the government, the national government and the county government to educate the citizens, ama ni citizens watoke hapo mahali wako wakatafute hiyo information?
I've talked of something. Each and every government arms or the level of government have been mandated. The national government have been mandated under Article 196 of the Constitution of Kenya to civically educate people on the ground. County government have been mandated under Article 174 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 to also conduct a civic education to ensure that there is a public participation, and it should be prior, not 2 days. You should civically educate us prior, before the days. And also under Article 10 of the Constitution, 2(a) shows that also it shows that we should publicly participate and we should be educated. So it's the government mandate to educate people concerning this. And also my brother talked of the budget. You will find that in one way or the other, there is allocated budget for this education, civic education. You see? Yes.
But that
Yeah,
never happens.
to add on that, I think the government should also consider the NGOs. You see, let's say like such as this Africomm here.
Yeah.
No. Africomm from its own nini ndio inang'ang'ana kufanya some small civic
Yes.
education. You see, if these NGOs are empowered, you know, with what they need, they can help the government in doing the civic education. You see?
Yes.
Yeah.
So actually the government hapo nayo kwa civic education wako chini.
Sana.
Hawafanyi
Sana,
anything.
sure. Yeah.
Because actually Tharaka Nithi County, only Gradif Kenya, ni wanafanyaga civic education.
Yeah.
So sisi Africomm tumewajoin.
Yeah.
Oh, that is nice. Now tukiongea mambo ya budget, what sectors of the budget do you think inafaa kuangaliwa sana?
I think to me, according to me, when you introduce the history of Tharaka Nithi, you say the main activity here in Tharaka Nithi is agriculture.
Yes.
You see? So to me, I think the agriculture budget should be prioritized. You see? Like, kama sahi huku Tharaka Nithi, there are places, even most of the places, they have no water for agriculture. You see?
Yes, true.
So unapata we rely on the rains. Currently you can see the rainfall pattern. It's unpredictable. So I think when we are doing the allocations, we should prioritize the agricultural sector. Yeah.
Okay, so there is something that was said by the one Nelson Mandela we know. Education is the only weapon to civilize the world. And also, for me, the only thing that I can say in terms of budget, the very, very first thing we need to budget on, and we need to ensure that we have taken into consideration, is about we need to invest in education and skills. Before we deal with the budget or in terms of agriculture, before you allocate any budget for agriculture, you need to educate me on how to do the agriculture.
Yeah, sure.
You need to civilize me. You need to also give me skills on how to conduct agriculture, because you can give me 2 million. If I don't know how to spend this 2 million in terms of agriculture, I will spend it anyhow. And again, the other day I'll come into your office.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that, oh, you spend this and this. You need to civilize me. The very, very first thing we should budget on is about education and skills in the area. As you can see, we can improvise this. The other day I went to Katwana. I went to Tharaka. I saw some school. We need to improvise these schools. Development and growth. And also we need to do much in terms of health. Because this life starts with an individual. It starts with me. When my health is not well catered for, I can't do anything. I can't invest.
Yeah.
And where there is no stability in terms of health and education, investment can't grow anyhow. These things we should do. And also another thing that we should budget on, he has talked of agriculture. We should also consider the allocation part of it and how these things are being spent. You know, you can allocate in that you can get that one seedling was bought 18,000, one seedling. You know, this is a misappropriation of funds.
Budget and corruption. Yeah.
The only thing that we should ensure allocation and how they are being used and the growth oversight for them.
The implementation. Yeah, sure.
Okay. But youths who are budgetiwi?
Youth. Youth have their share in the budget. Each and every financial
And what
year.
happens with youth funding?
What happens with the youth funding? Like, let me say, like, tukiingia that sector kwanza hapa in Tharaka Nithi, we are very poor on that. You see? Like, you will see, ukienda counties zingine, let's say, ukienda hapa tu neighboring county Meru, unapata kuna governor's cup, kuna senator's cup, you see? But here in Tharaka Nithi, even in terms of sports, we are very poor. No. Tuko nyuma kabisa. Currently, we don't even have a team that we can say it's playing on a somehow higher level. You see? So I think the youth sector is very imeachiliwa sana.
You know, youths are being categorized under marginalized.
Yeah.
Marginalized.
And youths and women, something like that. And I don't think if you are aware there is a youth bill 2024, something like that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Are you aware of that?
I don't know.
There is a bill of 2024 that includes something to do with youth.
Okay.
This is something that we need to check. We need to go into it. We need to have to know what is
true.
it all about, how we are being catered for. And if there, by any chance, we have allocation of funds and how this fund should reach to the people on the ground.
Yes.
I think in Tharaka Nithi, he has talked of clubs. You know, when we improvise these issues to do with activities, more activities gives interaction.
Yeah,
And
sure.
more activities provides networking. Because we'll find a team from Meru has met a team from Tharaka. We have to learn.
Yeah.
We have to know one another. In that when I meet someone from Meru, he will remember me. Oh, we played with you at Tharaka. We played with you in Chuka, you know. So the interaction part of it, and also it provides, we normally say your network is your network.
Yes.
The networking part of it should enhance something. And also you talked of youths being they don't have something to do.
Yeah.
You know, when you improvise these issues to do with activities like sports, much of our time we will take into sport. And you know, a youth cannot take much of it of his or her time to sport if there is no fundings, because at long last we need to hit, we need to cater for our bills. So if there is by any chance, and this one goes to our leaders outside there, if there is any chance that any funds that belongs to the youths, I request for me. But people from the ground won't request, they demand, because that is their right.
Yes.
Give it to us. Yes.
Yeah, it belongs to us. Before tumalize na mambo ya public participation, kuna hii the County Assembly of Tharaka Nithi County, Office of the Clerk / Secretary, County Assembly Service Board, submission of memoranda / public hearing on the Tharaka Nithi County Government Fiscal Strategy Paper for year 2026-2027, the Tharaka Nithi County Financing of Municipalities and Urban Areas Bill 2026, and the Tharaka Nithi County Valuation and Rating Bill 2026. So hii public participation inakuwa Friday 13th March of 2026. Time ni 10 a.m. Marimanti CDF Hall, Chuka Picnic Grounds, Chogoria Sub-County Hall na Kadhwana Pavilion. So hata kama gava wafanyi kazi yao, sisi civil society, we do what we must do. So tupatane guys, especially youth manzi, mtokee muongee, muone hata hii fiscal budget inasema nini. Tuona wanatuambia nini, kama wanatuiba au hawatuibi. As we continue, youth and tumemaliza hapo kwa youth and budget. How can young people hold county leaders accountable without being kuwekwa jela?
Let me say something on that. For you to hold someone accountable, like tuseme Africomm has a certain budget, ndio. If I have to hold Africomm accountable from the first point, lazima nijue that budget. Unaona? So without the information, I cannot hold you accountable. Like the sababu unaona, we always hear like pesa yetu inakuliwa, pesa yetu imepotea. But ukiuliza huyo mtu ni pesa gani imeibiwa, ni pesa gani imepotea, how was it done, the person has no information. No. So we should argue with the facts. So so let us first seek information. The moment we have the information, we will have the, unajua ukiwa na information, you even have the courage and power to speak. Yeah.
I think kidogo, I think at this point youths are very informed, considering the fact that you are living in the age of information. Do you think, like, tuseme kama pen example na 2024 protest, right? Tulikuwa tunasema reject finance bill, and then tukasema if wewe ni MP na ulivote your finance bill, we are going to kunaitwa recall.
Yeah.
Is there a constitutional way we can tunaweza make sure our leaders wako accountable?
Okay. There is accountability. You know, first of all, to ensure accountability and transparency, the only thing that I want, because you have talked of youths, is numbers. And how does we get numbers? Is votes. The first thing that we need to do, because we will always say accountability, oversight, we want to recall them, you can't. The first thing that we need to know is about votes. Do we have votes? Some of us will say, pesa zetu zimekulwa. But did you vote yourself? You don't even know where your kura is. The very, very first thing that we need to know is votes. Let's have votes. We elect leaders of our choice, not leaders who come to bribe us. You know, the problem yetu ni njaa.
Yeah.
Ukweli. Hiyo ni kitu yenye iko ni tu watu wanakupanga kusemea. Ni njaa. You know, when you go to poverty is the broad-based part of it. Ni njaa. Yenye mtu ananipea 200 saa hii natumia hapo ishaisha. So the only first thing to ensure oversight and accountability is to have kura, votes itself. We need to elect leaders of our choice, because when I elect you, I know you, and I can easily reach you because I'm someone who voted for you. But you can't tell me that you never vote, then you want to oversight the same person you never vote. But first of all, you will not have interest. Utasema mimi ni nini yangu inakulwa huko. Ni nini yangu inakulwa. So first of all, let's have vote. If we need voice and if we need to ensure accountability, oversight and transparency in our government and in our doing in these offices, let's have votes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's have votes. Aya, niko vote tutoke kwa budget kabisa. Tuseme if in a perfect world, the government should be listening to us. Sindio? This is question for everyone here because hata ningetaka kusikia maoni yenu. If you had a chance, uambiwe tukona ulisema 15% of the national
15%.
Yes, tukona 50 billion imepewa Tharaka Nithi County. Na uko kwa hiyo table yenye kuna hiyo budget, what would you prioritize? This is the budget of Tharaka Nithi County kwa 50 billion, sindio? This is the table yenye tunasema 10 million itaenda kwa sports, 15 million itaenda kwa agriculture, that and that and that. Wewe personally, what would you prioritize in that budget? Ukiangalia sio mahitaji yako peke yako, pia mahitaji ya community. Question? I mean it.
I think from my county, Nyeri, where I come from, and given I'll prioritize more on how that 15 million or billion will be used in the field of agriculture, because it's one thing to use it in agriculture, and it's another thing to for example, that money can be used to fund trips, maybe to countries, and even it's not a matter of trips because it's not that hard, to countries like Brazil, to countries like Colombia, even to just our close neighbors here, Ethiopia, and see how their coffee is sold. Another thing, and also in the field of agriculture, the only way that you can impact a whole community in agriculture is maybe by providing things like fertilizers, things like good crops, and this money should be used mostly in research, and maybe in another field of agriculture is giving something called a guaranteed minimum return, whereby you guarantee the people a certain amount. Like for example, for coffee, there's a guaranteed minimum return of 80 shillings, although it's only in paper, but in ground it doesn't work. So if it was actually to work, and in fact we have these laws, like they just don't want to implement. And also, to go off view and to answer a question you had asked the panelists before about how we can be able to hold our governments and our leaders accountable. Yeah, we have been given the Constitution had envisioned that due to some inadequacies of democracy, some bad leaders would be elected, and there would be a need to remove them before the actual time. And that's why Article 104 came up with the right. It never even came up with the right. It reaffirmed the right to recall. However, due to the lack of political goodwill, it grants the parliament to make now a law that now actually outlines the process of recall, which becomes a case of sijui kuku kwa kesi ya kifaranga or something or kanga kitu kaa hiyo. Now and even the High Court in a ruling had viewed that the Elections Act, the Elections and County Government Act had was repugnant because it gave very, very, very constrained parameters on when we can actually recall a reader. It had said maybe being convicted and had contravened the particular grounds, and the High Court held that that clause had constrained the people from actually exercising their right, because when you restrain the scope of liability, and then you mean like you just have to avoid it. You know, some things they can be wrong de facto, but they are right de jure. By law they are right, but by fact they are wrong. So that's why you see the issue of lack of political goodwill. That is why such laws, like we are not able to actually actualize the recall which the Constitution, which the draft of the Constitution in their wisdom had seen, but also they had a shortcoming because of the also other personal gains. That's why they didn't actually, because it was easier to outline those grounds in the Constitution by itself. But you see, they give the power to make now a law, to give the procedure, like the same in the case of referendum. There is a law now, like now the power is delegated to Parliament to actually actualize a plan on how now a referendum can be carried out, how recall. I think it's an issue of lack of political goodwill, and when these things were being enacted, I can't really blame us, because as I have said many times here, the level of education we had been, like, not us but our predecessors had been kept at a perpetual state of illiteracy, so that they cannot, and that's why they enacted wanaunda hapa hivi na wabamba, but now they know the place that actually makes sense, not the procedure of doing this recall. Now they leave it behind doors, and now they'll pass a law that will never see that will never reach the people. So that's why you see the Constitution says that you recall, but now it comes and provides for Parliament. Now here Parliament on making those, they don't have the goodwill. I see, but that is it's a thing we can fix. For us, it's a thing we can fix now come 2027 by voting right, because for us, we are educated, we have the infrastructure, the network to see what we need to see, and we have the power to do what we need to do. We just have to do it.
Okay, thank you. My name is Fred Mutua. On your question, I can say that Kenya, for its economic development, highly depends on the human resource. Therefore, we have to prioritize on skill-based affairs, and that is education. Most of the countries which were at the level of Kenya, such as South Korea, we have seen they are way far ahead because they have highly prioritized on the human resource. And this has happened deliberately. But in our country, we have to appreciate that we have the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land, provided in Article 2. So we, the people, have the sovereign power as stipulated in Article 1. Therefore, we must ensure, as we delegate this power to the parliament, which is either the national parliament or these county assemblies, then this has to be done under some of the conditions. One, we have to be having the best leaders. When you want to make a good deal, of course, there are two things. You cannot make a good deal with the worst guys. And two, hope in it and itself cannot amount to anything. So, one, there is what is happening in our situation, whereby we are doing what we call the aristocratic form of government, where when you go to a baraza, you want to choose a leader amongst yourself, but you select the worst of the people and then hope that by selecting them, then they will give out one of the best results, just by hoping. Some of the nations like Singapore, they have been having, giving the priorities to the best leaders, their best son and daughters, and ensuring that their hope is driven by the best people in the nation. So my appeal is that come to 2027, which we the youth, we want to be involved in the international politics, we make the best decision by choosing the best leaders. Thank you.
If this budget have 50 million, like half of it wataiende hapa as a youth?
As a youth, at this point, I think is on the education sector.
Education sector.
Education sector.
Okay.
Yes.
So education and agriculture.
Yes, yes.
All right. Mm-hmm.
But noting that education sector, of course, for the county governments, they only do the ECD classes, the polytechnics. So I think it will be interdependent because the national government has to coordinate still with the county government, although they have the different functions that they have stipulated for them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ask the microphone to Rose.
Okay, thank you. Just to answer your question, I agree with what they have said before, but then for me, I feel like my approach will be, for instance, I'm in that boardroom, and then like, what should I prioritize? I feel like for me, what I will have done in that, given that space, for me, I feel like as a board or as that group, we should go back to the community itself and ask them the needs that they feel they are priority to them. Because at times, leaders, they tend to think whatever they choose for us, it's what is best for us. For instance, like the issue of affordable housing, it's a good project, but then I feel like the government, if it could have inquired the people earlier, could have been better, because there's someone who maybe the community itself maybe should have wished for the government to create employment for them, maybe food, education, but then they opted for affordable housing, which it does not favor the small mwananchi. So for me, I feel like if the leaders who are put in place, if they will go back, the budget is out, let's go back where we go back to public participation, ask the community itself, what do they want? Because if we ask them, then we'll be able to achieve and also meet the needs of the communities. Also, as we are talking about leadership and everything, I don't know if it's a question or a concern, the current situation right now in Kenya, the flooding things. I feel like the flooding thing has been an issue that has been carried years from years, yet we have leaders, and we all know like the issue of floods is water drainage. And so, for instance, like the issue in Nairobi right now, like the places are flooded, people are dying and all that, yet we have leaders in place. And we find that these leaders, we can't approach them and ask them, like, even ask help from them. You find that Kenyans, they're looking for people whom they can help, like examples of Eric Omondi and such, some organized Red Cross and all that, for them to rescue. So does it mean like our leaders or our government is inaccessible, that we can't like reach them in case we have crisis? Yet, even in the budget, there is a sector of risk management and disasters that is budgeted for in the national level. Yeah. So my question is like, is it like our leaders are failing to some extent, or what can we do better to curb the thing that has been happening year over year? Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Anyone, kuna mwingine hapo? Kuna mwingine? Yes, pia. Ni huyu huyo.
Okay, my name is Martin Morane. Assuming that I'm on that committee, I would prefer, I right now as a resident of Tharaka Nithi County, I'd prefer somebody that can get employment, the youth of Tharaka Nithi County. At the start, Tharaka Nithi County has no, even a single industry. Tharaka Nithi County. And my brother said something there about poverty. If I may, poverty is the first enemy, especially in Kenya. Some of the things that are dragging us to elect bad leadership, it is poverty. Because right now, I as Martin, I know the best leaders. I know the best leader as myself. I can elect and transform this county. But you find that some, right now, they talk the truth. Even in Kenya, in this county, if you don't have money right now, even an MCA position, you cannot get. But now you find that somebody has money. Now let me talk of something. The last election year in 2022. Us as the resident of Tharaka Nithi County, we knew that Professor Chuka was the only person who could transform this county. But because of our personal gain, we did contrary to what we were supposed to do. So what I would prefer is something that, something that can create employment to the youth. At least we have something, the first thing, I usually ask the people, I've never went even a single meeting or the political rallies. I find where that somebody, mtu amekuja na gari yake akapaki hapo, akaenda kwa meeting ya political, akapewa 200 akaingia akaenda. I've never find something like that. Sisi wote tunaenda. Natoka nyumbani unaenda, unapanga leo unapewa 200 shillings. Unaenda tu nyumbani. And then you find that alafu unajua this is something that nimefanya investigation kubwa sana. Sahi nikuje hapa in a political rally, I give you 1,000 shillings. Nikitoka hapo mwingine akuje apeane 200 shillings. Yeah, watu watasema, people will say that wakipewa kwa ballot box watajua watafanya. Like that is not the situation in Kenya right now. Right now people are falling personal gain. The reason as to they are falling personal gain, the politicians has dragged that there. Ndio wametuweka hapo. We starve so that wao wanatu drive wenye wanataka. So according to me, I would prefer some industries in Tharaka Nithi, not even a single industry. And yet, let me say like now, kama sahii huku ilikuwa msimu wa maembe. Right now watu wenye wanakuja kununua, they have not even come. What if right now you have an industry here in Tharaka Nithi County, so kama ya kufanya juice, some farmers here can have benefit. I think wewe unakuja maembe tukauza huko Nairobi. Ingekuwa productive in our county. Yeah.
Even dairy inaweza work in Tharaka Nithi County, si ndio?
Yeah.
Na kuna yenye imefungwa. Did Weru dairy ilifungwa or something? Wakili.
My friend has said a very I attempt to say it as a funny thing, because it's one thing to be slaughtered and it's another thing to take yourself to the slaughter continuous time, because the problem is that we are waiting. I think contrary to what he has said, we need to first vote for leaders, then leaders will bring the industries, because the logic is implying is that we shall wait for leaders to give first, so that they bring back the industries, so that we get money, then in turn we will not vote for bad leadership anymore. But I think now the mantle falls on our side, regardless of the money you get, because you cannot give that as a reason of being poor, because you vote for a leader because they give you 1,000, and then blame the leader. You can't really blame the leader, and you are the one that actually voting with knowledge that you are voting to your detriment. Because you can't say that you have a good leader, but because he gave you 2,000, you'll vote for the one that gave you 1,000 just because you are poor. Nadi dhao ukipewa ni dhao adi make sure tu itarudi tu kwa mfuko yake juu. As you can see, dhao since 2017 to sahi, dhao imereduce na 500. Like vitu zenye ungebai na 500 then ndo unabai na dhao sasa. So hadi akikupea hii dhao, hadi akikupea dhao mbili, the same money atachukua 70% of the county budget.
Atachukua wapi?
No, let me tell you.
Okay.
let me tell you. Do you see now? Hizi vitu, the Nyeri County, I'm speaking on Nyeri because I come from Nyeri. I don't know. Nyeri County, 70% of the budget goes to recurrent expenditure. recurrent expenditure are things like breakfast. That's why you hear people saying that they take breakfast of 1 million shillings. They buy shares of they own seats of 500,000. No, that's where the money goes. Now my point is, do you know, since somehow like the lack of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Just because I don't know how they actually take it, and the money is corrected and money does not come back to me, just because I lack the knowledge of how you act, the factual knowledge of how you actually took it, doesn't mean the money doesn't go anywhere, because it doesn't make sense, because it doesn't make sense to see that politicians are the only people with money, and politicians are the only people that we trust with the money to develop us. It doesn't, hata kama sijui naiba aje, like something is wrong somewhere, because it can't be a country where politicians are the only people with the mental capacity to make money. A funny thing is that I don't know if it was Kindiki or it was this guy from Northeastern, when he was being vetted. The guy had increased a net worth of 200 million in a period of 2 years. Something that is done by Safaricom, something that is done by even Jubilee Insurance had not made that amount of money. See, it seems we should then invest in politicians, because instead of buying shares in Equity, instead of buying shares in Nation Media, KPLC, we can buy shares at Kidiki, because he knows how to make 200 million in 2 years, and yet the rest of the country, we don't have. My point is that it doesn't. Even if you don't know how, somebody is stealing that money somewhere, and uwezi kuwa kitchen unanona, like si tuko huku nje tunakonda, alafu nakuja kutuambia ati hakuna food, na nasindo tunalima tunakuletea food, unafaa ugawe, like unanona si atu, like I make sense.
Okay, wacha nikuulize. So that is to mean kitambo kulikuwa hata sasa kuna kingmakers, si ndio? Ati so sisi kama tuseme sisi tumeamua unaona Fazu, we are going to make Fazu governor wa Tharaka Nithi County. Hana pesa, lakini sisi we are loaded. So what are we going to do about it? Tunachanga na kuwa na strategy. So what kingmakers used to do. But ni kama saa hizi they don't do that anymore, because Fazu anakuja na pesa yake already. Na hiyo pesa inatoka wapi? And why do I have to have a budget ya kufanya campaign?
Like they do, like to correct you, big campaigns, you can't survive campaigns without sponsors. Money. I bet you know, like okay. Yeah, like for example, like you find even their sponsors, like these big seats presidents, their sponsors are not even local. Their sponsors are international organizations, akina Bill Gates, World Bank, just to come and push their agendas, because he who pays the piper calls the tune. Because I don't love you enough to just give you money to benefit yourself. Some of us don't even do that to family.
True.
So the moment that you are given money, like it means like lobbyists they are always there, and that is in my view, I may stand corrected. And that is my view, and that is the problem that we have now in a population that is not educated enough, that is not energized enough. And I think, like, if you don't make it now, then we will have like we won't, tutakuwa tumekosea sana. Like now it will be upon us. Like jusisi, like my point, like me penda kusema, kujiambia, what I tell myself to sleep at night is that it is not on us. Like what is happening now, it is not on us. Like sahi, like juu wazazi walituambia tutulie, plani tulikuwa nayo 2024 akasema tutulie, wakati we noticed, like na kusema we can't continue to pay somebody for 4 extra years just for you to continue stealing, so that we wait for a said election. And that's why the constitution had envisioned recall for things like that, because it these people get paid a lot of, yeah, I make sense unalipa juu tu ati tuseme itutulie tu tumpeange huu boy 2 million yake per month allowances, tulipiange watoto wake fee for 4 years ndo tungoje tu 2027. I make sense. Lakini sasa tulisha agree, wakasema tutulie, we shall law, the nation shall ban, sijui what. But me, my point was my own personal opinion, not for Africomm.
Thank you. Naona my panelists wanawaka kuongea. Tuanze wapi DK?
Yeah. Cheki poleni walai. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Rudisha.
Perhaps what I've had from my very good debaters, we have good arguments, but there is also a process. I don't want to disagree with my brother on the perspective of Gen Z, and also I don't want to divert from what we are discussing. First of all, allow me to answer on how we can spend the resources from the budget part of it.
Yes.
We should first of all invest. First of all, we should be educated. Mambo na health. I've not heard of any person talking about health. I don't know. You are healthy all over. Even Raila, we knew Raila could not die, but we should invest. We should invest on the health part of it, and also there's a lot of things that we can invest on. Creativity.
Sure.
People normally leave this issue to do with creativity.
Research.
Creativity. Someone is creative.
Technology.
Research.
Right now, I'm sorry to say this. The word we are going at is past secretary, not the handwritten secretary.
True.
We are going to the AI part of it, whereby instead of him employing you to be my secretary, I just insert everything that I want in my computer, then give me the documents part of it. I just do little. We are not encouraging laziness, but this is the fact. This is where we are heading at. AI part of it. So we need people to at least know more about technologies. When you invest, we normally say knowledge is wealth. From the aspect part of it. When you invest on knowledge, that is a wide end. It's something that I can't take from you. I can even tell you that I've entrenched you, want to work in my office. But when you have that knowledge, you will work in a given office more better than the way you are doing it. Yeah. So we need to creativity, sports, activities, entertainment. Entertainment pay. We have a lot of people who stays there with the entertainment. They are millionaires, you see. And there is something, the other thing that I wanted to answer is about how we act. We can recall, but what is the process of recall? We people on the ground, we can say we want to recall, we want a vote of no confidence, we want a vote of no confidence. Huyu jamaa lazima aende nyumbani. What is the mechanism? Kila kitu iko na mechanism, steps and procedures to follow. First of all, the same things that we were talking about public participation will come. The same people who are conducting the same public participation are the same people we want to remove from the office.
Yeah.
You see?
It is contradictory.
And it will reach a point whereby it will reach the parliament part of it. Who are the people who want to vet in or out this thing? Are the same people whom you were elected, and the same people who came for the public participation. And the same people who have interest in the aspect of recalling them. So this thing is antagonizing. It doesn't have a straight point. The only thing that I can say in our constitution, not even in terms of constitution, there is no clear aspect part of, right now executive is to implement something like that. If I'm not wrong, someone to check executive part of it. Executive has a role of even the legislature. If I'm not wrong, right now you see they have come into memorandum with Nairobi. I don't know, they want to work in conjunction. They want to do MOU. What is that? When was this agreed upon by the people on the ground? So we don't have a clear indication. We don't have a clear indication whereby legislature work up to this point, me executive I reach at this point. There is a conflict of interest somewhere. So this is something that we need to base on. And matters to do with checking up on our leaders. Nimeambia ndugu yangu hapa, you argue smart, but we need to have a procedure for this. We don't want to put more effort that will lead us nowhere. For me, we can press the way we want, but if we don't have a clear criteria to this, we don't have that opportunity. In fact, the only clear criteria is 2027. And this 2027 is about votes. Go to the ground, take the votes itself, end up a ballot, take the person the people deserves and the who deserves people as well, and wait. You can even unaweza linda kura yako, be there after voting, be there, see how these things are being done, count your votes, ensure, and as you count your votes, ensure someone is in Kilifi, who is in Kilifi, someone again who is in Busia also analinda votes zake. And now tell us the loophole. From there we will elect leaders whom we can oversight, leaders who can work for us, and also that's the place whereby we can get a voice of youths in the representation. Huyu anaweza kuja nimwambia bwana, mimi nasimama senator, I don't have nothing to give you, mimi nataka kura zenyu, and truth be told, that one will not work. You give, I give.
Yeah. Let me say something on that. Unajua sahi we are not talking of those bigger countries. We are talking of Kenya. Here in Kenya, we have a problem on political hygiene. We really don't have political hygiene. You see? Alafu kitu kingine nitakwambia. Here in Kenya, politicians align themselves with their personal interest, political interest. Unaona? They don't align themselves with the community's interest. You see? So ndo sababu unaona sahi hata ile lineup inakuja to United Opposition, the UDA, you see? Each and every politician anajialign according to our personal interest, you see? So right now tunasema 2027 we go and vote in the good leaders, ndio. You vote in someone, by the moment they are coming to you, they are very good. They talk the language you want to hear. They sit with you there, take tea there on the rural areas. By the moment you mtu ashaingia hapo kwa ofisi, they change automatically. So to me, I think it would be much better if there is a way. If that person is elected today, and by 2 months that person is violating what we elected him or her to do, there should be a way that we can remove that person from that office and replace him with another person. Yeah. Because if we wait for 5 years again, that cycle will.
I thought
before that, you have talked of an good aspect part of it. I want to ask my viewers there and has who are here. Someone, I saw a senator used almost around 50,000 campaign, 50 million, I mean, during his campaign. I wonder, the same people who accepted this 50 million are people on the ground.
Yeah.
Then I want to ask you people, where do you expect this person to receive this 50 million from? When hiyo 5 term yote, hata akifanya nini hawezi pata hiyo 50 million arudisha. So where do you expect? This amounts to whereby there is no way of accepting 200 shillings and give someone 50 million. You know, he will give you 200 shillings time ya siasa. Akiingia pale atakula 50 million. In fact, these people after election, you won't even see them.
Yeah.
Truth be told. You know, time anataka kura, there is no fear, but there is respect.
Yeah.
But after politics, there is fear plus respect. So we fear them in that hata akitoka huko kisia gari mbio yenye, yani sometimes I wonder the same speed these executive people are running hii mbio yenye wanaikaka kwa gari hapa wangekuwa wanafanya nayo kazi kwa ofisi ingekuwa sawa sana. Yani gari ya serikali inakimbia kwa barabara unashangaa. So why can't they transfer the same speed into the office? Watafanyie kazi na hiyo speed again.
Now before turudi kwa audience kiasi, Rose alikuwa ameuliza swali. Whatever is happening in Nairobi, in my choice, in my view, I think this has been happening even before Sakaja came.
Yes.
Ndio, hiyo kitu ya flooding and all that. So what is the problem? What?
Okay, so let me tell you. Rose talked about something. Do you know the amount that has been allocated for national disaster and management? Part of it docket is 31 billion. 31.7 billion. That one is an accurate figure. I'm talking about facts. 31.7 billion for just emergency and disaster management. We don't know where this money goes to. Because the same drought we have in Baringo is the same drought we have. If you go to Isiolo, the same drought every now and then. Since the beginning of this nation, we have the same flood we normally see. I don't know. is this 31.7 billion is being used for food? Because the only thing I can see relief, and I see organizations. There are a lot of organizations that are supporting this relief. So I wonder, is this 31.7 billion be used? Because if right now, as we speak, 8 people are dead in Nairobi. 8 people, 71 vehicles have been recovered recklessly. You know, that is just the number we have at hand. We don't know those people have not been found by now. This is lives that we could have even defended long time ago. You know, in Africa, and this one goes to Africa, let me say, we normally deal with the issue of we either tunasemanga better cure than prevention than cure. But in Kenya or in Africa, it's inverse. We cure instead of prevent. So right now we will see a lot of money being disbursed, and this money are also going to an individual pocket, self-interest. Even if after we have seen the things that are going around, not even in Kenya, not even in Nairobi itself. We have a road linking Tanzania and Kenya on the better part of Migori. That road, that bridge part of it broke the other day. Naili Trend. What have we done? If you go to Mara, people died in Mara the other day. That one we have forgotten. So it means that we in Africa, we have good rubbers to rub things that are so important.
Plus, Nairobi is the capital city of Kenya. We should not be having
the Singapore.
Then it's Singapore.
You know, that one is the basic Singapore. Nairobi is the beginning of Singapore. You can't tell me Tharaka Nithi can be Singapore while Nairobi is
take us. So we have development bwana. Tuko na markets zinajengwa hapa town.
Can you compare?
Also considering the fact that Nairobi wana nini na mvua ni mingi na flood, sisi ni matope. Barabara zetu ni ziko like when it's raining, the whole country is in crisis. Kuna wengine wako kwa pool, sio wengine tuko ndani ya
matope, wengine
but we are in Kenya. I see there is a lot of negligence. They see that all along. Didn't they see that Nairobi has got a river?
Yeah, and it's very dirty.
And we have climate and something research.
Climate action.
Do they know? Did they know that the river can overlap? The same way they normally say that in the month of March there will be a lot of rain. Why can't they use the same knowledge to detect that the river might overlap so that they do something in advance? And also the issue to do with the drainage. I saw some people when I was coming. I saw a picture of our Hebo governor from Nairobi saying Mbwekse in the river. So I wonder. No, it's an high though, but I wonder.
Oh my God!
So first of all, the first thing that people should know. Issues to do with drainage and issues to manage the water and the disaster. Is it under county government
or national government?
That's where we miss. You know, some people we can sing Sakaja is one term, His Excellency Ruto is one term. But how do we know the obligations? Sometimes we can say Ruto is one term in terms of the river and floods, but he himself he disbursed money to the government. Sometimes also we can say county government is one term, but he has not.
But they have no resources.
So we need to know our boundaries and how obligations are being disbursed in these issues.
Also, I think that the government will never take it upon itself kuja kuambia citizens that MC anafaa kufanya hivi, MP anafaa kufanya hivi. I don't think the government will ever do that.
That comes back to the civic education.
Akunaga civic education. But what we will do as a civil society, tuambia sisi civil society tuko hapa for the community work. What we will do actually is Hatua now tutatafuta a whole session. Hizo ni kueducate watu MP, kazi ya MP ni gani, kazi ya MCA ni gani, bali MCA anafanya budget yake ni ngapi. Unaona vitu kama hizo, si ndio? Kuna maswali mengine ama nini? Mshatulia. Oh my goodness, thank you at least sasa umetulia. So nilikuwa nauliza aje, si tumeona lazima tu watu wapewe pesa kikuja ni campaigns. How can citizens separate political loyalty from accountability when evaluating leaders? Like ule alisema poverty. Ulikuja ukanipea, umenipea 200, DK amenipea 1000. But because siku anasapa nitavutia DK because pesa ya DK ilinunua mafuta nikanunua unga, si ndio? Lakini yako ilikuwa tu sukari peke yake, si ndio? Haya, the same thing nani DK alikuwa amesema. Even politicians themselves wanajiposition in places penye wanajua hapa mimi nita benefit. DK, this is on you, no kwa spotlight because 2024 tulikuwa pale mbele na DK maandamano. Mara hii mara mbili. Tukisema one term. Sasa huyu kijana anasimama MCA by the way sijawaambia. Anasimama MCA unajua anasimama na chama gani? UDA. Anasimama na UDA. Kwa nini? Tuambie. Is it because of personal interest?
To speak on that, to speak no. So Ivo, to speak on that, yes, that time I was saying one term. Sindio? Actually, maybe the reason why I went to those demonstrations, one, my MP ndio alikuwa Honorable Patrick Monene.
Yes.
Alikuwa amenikasirisha sana because he did not represent me there, you see, on the voting thing. So unajua the moment ile maandamano tulikuwa tunafanya huku ilikuwa ya kukashifu our MP, you see, kumuonyesha he is not representing us, yet we are his employer. Sindi kweli? Hiyo nilikuwa nayo that time. It's still there. Sijasahau how we voted.
Yes.
I have not forgot.
I have a question. I have a question, my brother. There, what was the main basis for Gen Z Revolution 2024?
The finance bill.
The finance bill.
Yeah.
Can you just explain for us, or because you are an MC and now you are going there into that office?
Yeah.
And how I wish that I'll be there seeing how you are working. I'm wishing you the best.
Thank you.
Can you just tell us some of the changes, good changes you saw at least they did to that bill, so that at least right now you can fight through UDA and tell us that, convince us that the UDA party, the current regime, is now working? Yeah.
I don't like to ask just one question. And also, in answering that, you should also tell us, since you are against them now and you are for them now, you should also tell us how according to you, the issue of Akina Rex Mathai, the issue of our comrades that were shot, how did you get to move past that? Ama nyinyi wenye mlisema people die everywhere, we sympathize and we move on. Like how did you grow past that?
Yeah. Okay. To answer on that, the reason I came to support the government is this. Currently at this point, the current government is the one managing our resources. Everything that is happening now, everything that is happening currently in Kenya starts with the ruling government. Even the education and the like kama sahi the education system changed. There is the sport thing. Everything that is happening right now starts with the ruling government. The moment if we ourselves we go against that government, they will be against us. You see, we shall not receive the much that we should receive from them. So according to me, right now, we should support our leaders right now, so that we can achieve what we should achieve right now. You see, time ya nini bado haijafika, ndio ya the campaign. Ngoje kidogo.
There is something I don't want to forget. Let me just interrupt you a while. You know, when you say there is something that you say, you need to be close to our leaders and get more what we. Do you know, in one way or the other, have you met Article 27 of the Constitution that talks of equality, something to do with equality, whereby we should be treated equally? Do you know that you are a taxpayer?
Yeah,
you pay tax.
Yeah,
so should you pay tax and also to come beg for the tax that you have paid? Or should you fuata nyuki for nyuki yenye wewe umefuga?
I haven't said that we are begging. I haven't said that we are begging. You see,
you have said that be close.
No,
to get.
I have said.
But do you know
I have said
resources, Kenyan resources should be distributed
equally. Yeah, I know.
Equally,
I know
with a lot of accountability.
I know this.
It's our rights.
But
And
I
we are ready to demand. We
yes,
can demand
yes,
for-
yes,
that's
I
what belongs to
understand.
us.
I
We- we-
understand.
we can
It
demand-
belongs to us. But at the same time, nakumbuka Raila akiwa opposition leader for the longest time.
Yeah.
How's the development in
in
Kisumu
that
County?
side, yeah.
Let me tell
hiyo ni
you.
kuleta shida. Like,
me tell you.
the moment you say
Tulia kwanza.
Let me tell you.
lakini-
I'm from the Nyanza part of it.
Yes,
But being a
please.
Nyanza, I'm a Kenyan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back to
Yeah.
I'm a Kenyan. Let
Yeah.
me tell you. Does it mean that we have been opposition since independence?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a three ring road from Tanzania linking Migori to Kisii to Nairobi part of it. Do you want to mean that being that we have been opposing government, we don't have project or we don't have development?
It's a question you have to ask.
So I want to tell you,
listen,
it doesn't
listen.
mean
You are-
that
you-
being next to the government is you can oppose government, but still the budget is coming the way it is. The county government is getting their resources the way it is. So you can't, my brother, you can't convince us that you are you are opposing government. So right now you want to vie with their party. So right now you are close to them. Just tell us that because you are seeing a self-interest somewhere, you need their party so that at least you survive politically. That's it. That's it. That is just a tactics of survival. And we normally say in politics, survival is for the fittest, and the fittest survive.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
actually, politics is a game.
Yeah, so
So-
don't come into an interview and tell us that you want to survive. Just tell us, just give us the mechanism that this and this. Just tell us. In fact, you could have even cheated. Ungetudanganya utuambie, mimi nataka niingie hapo niwapiganie. So in fact, Raila said that I want to fight from within.
Yes,
So you can't tell us.
Not from without.
Apparently. Okay, not
Yes,
that. Wait a minute. I mean, not that I am against DK Frank vying with UDA because actually, even Jemo, James Gitaipa anasimama MC aliniambia the reason why I am vying with UDA is because you cannot fight ukiwa nje ya government.
Exactly.
Lazima upewe nusu mkate. Na sisi youth tunasema hatutaki hata nusu mkate. We want the whole bakery. We don't want the bread, the whole bakery.
Unajua from my point.
Surely.
No. Why should we go for nusu mkate when the full is there?
Ngoja,
No,
unajua,
the full bread is there.
unajua, my point is, let's say nimesimama independent. You see? Nikisimama independent, I wouldn't get that position.
Yes.
So si bado remain huku nje. The guy who will come with the UDA goes with the carries the day. Sindio? That guy has no interest for the youth. You see? So if you don't have power, you cannot help in anything. Right now I'm talking here, sindio? Lakini sahi the say I have is very little. But kama niko kwa hiyo ofisi sahi, I could argue from the debate.
Utachange
Yeah.
the table. Okay, haya basi wakili.
you're lying. Like according, while studying law, we are taught to identify statements that are true. And one thing that it's called the rule of res gestae. One rule we use is that the statement must be spontaneous without room to alter it to fit the circumstance. He said his first spontaneous statement was that we need to kiss the earth in order for us to get what we want, because basically saying that we need to support the government. And sasa nikuulize, si Kindiki ndo deputy president, kwani taxes juu pia huku hivi, if I'm right, things ni equally expensive as first years na wenye waliingia na the new funding model wanalipa equally more na wenye wanalipia Garissa, Dedan Kimathi, Maseno, JKUAT. It doesn't make sense. This is old politics, something that we should look to eradicate, because I'm also vying. And there is a DCP party at home, and I'm choosing not to go with that because me, we are at a point that I think we can sell our principles without selling our souls to particular people. Now you can't conform with the party that has killed people and then come to tell us that you just want. And really, in electing leaders, we should also look at the person at what does he really stand for, not now, like as a whole individual. What do they really stand for? We should start looking at principles. And as he said, he had made a very good point of electing a damn leader, then expecting, or not him, it was one of the audience that have said, we elect damn leaders and expect them to be smart, just for the virtue because they are elected. It won't happen like that. We can't choose it just because you are a UDA. And if that's the mentality you have, then that is a retrogressive mentality. It is a mentality that we are looking to fight. We don't want to vote in 2027 for people just because of their party. And if you think that you'll be voted in because of your party, it implies that you'll vote because of a party. Because and you keep on saying we, like unajua Kenya tuko na shida, we get money, we vote, we. No, that we are the ones that are voting. No, we are saying we don't want the money. No, we are saying we won't vote for UDA. Don't. Your mentality is the same as mine, and mine is the viewer. So when you say that people won't vote because ati Kenya bado tuja change ati juu ya pesa, like I think it all have to start with you. Wewe ukikosa kuvote juu ya do, si pia mwingine wewe si vote juu tu. Wewe ukikosa kuvote juu ya do, trust that yo mwingine pia atavote juu ya chenye wewe umeona na si ya do. Na ndo maana tuko na this, and that's why we have sessions like this. It is what we have been left with. And also to answer, and also he had said that we need a structure and to wait, and this is how we are waiting. Like we are not seated, like we are getting ready. Na trust me, ikifika 2027 kura zetu tutahesabu, and if somebody wins na atukumvotia, itabidi tu tumepanga line hivi, we count, because like sisi you can't steal
ile mlolongo.
Sasa jamii tumehesabu juu like nasema my brother, like don't go with that, and if you go with that mentality, then you're subject to sabotage, because you're also the same person that has said that we need to be close to leaders. So when you get elected, you'll expect your people, you won't serve them, you'll expect them to kiss your ass so that you give them development. And it means the moment when they contradict you, you stop giving them development because they are against you. That's not leadership. That's not what we want. At least let me not say because that's what I want, and that's what I wish that everybody like would want. Like, change your party. Like when Gen Z, like achia hao wazee wasimame na hizo, like you gonna, like you have a
lakini Gen Z hamna hata party yenu, wanachange aende wapi jamii?
Sasa mbona usimame na UDA?
UDA ni whole, nakwambia deputy Kindiki yako UDA. I mean, harmony yo, like it's a nikuletewa silver platter ama
see the same way. Sisi ndo tulivote juu ya UDA 2022. Kwani tujalan?
There is something that we need to learn. You know, we need to first of all argue in an aspect of giving a way forward.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
We are here to solve the issue.
Yeah.
You know, my brother has talked of vying for UDA, and also you are the same person. You have given us a reason that you are against. You went to the protest because you were against the current MP. You see, because the same person voted yes. I mean, and you were against yes. By that time, you were against the old regime, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, because the regime is the regime that we are fighting against. The only thing that you need to know, and as my fellow youth now, because the main issue we are debating about here is concerning the youth aspect, part of it, and also in the inclusivity of the youths in these dealings. You need to reframe yourself and go sit down and think of how you can even stand before these youths and promise them. Because we know, we youth right now, if you promise us heaven, you will go alone. That one is, we have realized.
Yeah,
because,
true,
so please, as a leader, I don't want to give you any advice, but that is just a recommendation. We are not against the government. Even right now, if the election is there for 2027, ikikuja leo right now, there are a section of youth leaders who will remain in the government. Wengine wataenda, wengine itakuwa 50-50. So please, we youths, we need liberation. We don't believe in this issue that we are the leaders of tomorrow. What is today?
We are the leaders of today. Yeah.
Okay, maybe just to add on what you said like most of the things that I wanted to say. But what I can add on is what concerning we have no issue like him supporting UDA. It is choice. But then we are saying like you can't continue doing the same thing is expecting a different result. Then it's only a fool who builds a house like with a mud, yet it's going to rain the next day and expect that the house will stand. So we can't say that we'll keep on. We have seen how the previous regime that has done, and then we can't say that now 2027 they'll start behaving better. Now they'll become good people of a sudden. Because we have elected them, you'll expect the same results. So for me, I'll say like if we youths choose the best leaders for ourselves, then there is high likelihood of us getting different results. But then if we choose a leader based on like because Fulani is in certain party, Fulani does this, then we are doomed. So for me, I'll say that we can't say that we are expecting the UDA, like the government to change, yet they have shown nothing. And another thing is, it's not like for it's not us to become the friends to the leaders. It's the leaders themselves to become our friends because they are serving us. It's not for us to be like pitying them. No, they are put in those positions with a reason, and they are accountable to serve the people. So it doesn't mean like if you're not good to the government, now they're not going to work. No, it's not for us to become good for them to work. It's their responsibility for them to work, us being good or not being good.
So thank you. I just have some few comments. I think my brother, we are all reading maybe on the same book. Personally, I think the issue is about good manners. If we could be raised in a way that we observe good manners, we could cure a lot of issues. Currently, you'll find even some parents, they are buying exams for their kids to pass. We have been seeing in the electoral system, in the election system, we find that at some point we have many laws, even laws that stipulate the size of the ballot box, the color, but still we find the elections are being rigged. So if we could have good manners, in a way, things like corruptions could not come on our way. But the big issue here is to look on the government of the day as a whole. The position of maybe the member of the county assembly might not bring a significant change to most of us. I think we should deal with the whole thing. That is from the presidency to the member of the county assembly. And this will highly enable us to maybe get the best of the government. But the issue is that today, if we are maybe in a political wilderness, we cannot go to look for Pharaoh and hope that Pharaoh will take us to maybe Canaan. He will definitely take us back to Egypt. So the people whom we shall give them the mandate to lead us come 2027, they have to be people of integrity. Because these people whom are calling themselves the united opposition, they are just new wines these are just new wines in the old wineskins, and they are the same people. So if the youths could ensure that they vote in the best people, then we could have a good government. But currently, the government of the day, we see some issues are affecting even the next regime. We see the issue of Talanta Stadium and all that issues that will make us still pay for that amount in the next regime. But we would advocate that we get the best leaders. Yes.
So umesema tuangalie from MCA wote.
I think
na tusiangalie chama actually.
Yes, I think we should vote the leaders based on their meritocracy and based on the way they bring their agendas, their manifestos, and what they are for the people. So the issues of political parties, we've seen political parties at some point, they have a lot of issues because currently the ODM we see has been holding positions, maybe in the National Assembly. Some of the significant committees and they were given those positions as the minority, the opposition, but they are currently working in the government. So you check not only the president, but also the parliament might also have people whom they have meritocracy.
Okay, thank you very much. Pia engineer hapa nyuma.
So I agree with my brother here, but one thing as people we forget is order and structure. UDA, ODM, all those parties, they're not superior to what we have in here. It's because they have order and structure. That's why they exist and they are able to do what they do. Now, as leaders and as people, that is what we should be aiming to achieve. When you have order and you have structure within yourself, then you are able to show other people that, you know what, I can bring order and I can bring structure to a society. So it doesn't necessarily concern the party you are with. No party is superior as long as you have order and you have structure. You will know exactly what you're supposed to do, exactly what who you are serving, and you will know your roles, because you are confined to a specific order or a specific structure. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Actually, we had last session was about political parties. So if you want to hear the conversation we had about political parties and such stuffs, and Africomm DC YouTube, utaipata hapo, last session iko hapo. Before we finish up, I have one last question for you guys. What is the biggest political challenge we are facing? You're going to answer the biggest political challenge we are facing as a country, and then DK will answer the biggest political challenge we are facing is Tharaka Nithi County.
Okay, so I wish you could have allowed me to say part of Tharaka Nithi.
Okay, even Tharaka Nithi, even in Kisumu County, actually. Yes.
Yes. Before I go to the national one, we have a county problem. I think if my MCA, the incoming, knows about it, we have a challenge with the budget.
Sure.
We have a challenge with the budget whereby the MCA wanted the funds to be in their part of the dockets in the county. I don't know if you are aware of that. It has brought a lot of challenge in Tharaka Nithi. And also the current governor, His Excellency Mudhomi Njuki, also insisted that the funds cannot go away from the county docket part of it. And also as affirmed in the Article 201.
They were saying they want fund.
They want fund.
Yeah.
So also you see in the Article 201 of the Constitution talks of the solidification of the funds even after at the county level part of it. Yeah. So I think this one has been a major challenge, and also it interrupted the 2025-2026 budget, county budget. I don't know. It was withdrawn. So it has been a challenge for Tharaka Nithi. I think when we can look issues to do with the funds part of it, and also funds amount to corruption. It also amounts onto inequality. Yeah. So this one has been a challenge. Going to the national part of it, right now the main challenge we are facing is political instability, because when we check region, each and every region wants their hedge. The other day you saw my region ODM, part of it. I can't say, don't talk of ODM. ODM is not from the Nyanza. ODM is a national party. Yes, we have lodged. I can't say that I'm an ODM, but don't touch ODM part of it, because ODM carry ODM. We normally say ODM is from the south of River Limpopo to I don't know where. So it's an international party, just like UDA. They want the UDA. You are yako sasa. So you see, so this thing, we have political instability on the ground. Another thing, we also have corruption. When I talk of political instability has amount to tribalism part of it, because we will see this region want to lodge their party, and wakienda negotiation wanaambiwa sisi unatupea nini? Unaona? Sisi kama watu wa Mount Kenya unatupea nini? Sisi kama watu wa Nyanza unatupea nini? Wa Coast je unatupea nini? So it amounts to a given tribalism, and also disjunction, disintegration of how we were disintegrated in one or the other.
And also another challenge is about corruption. We have faced a lot of corruption in Kenya, and we keep on forgetting. You know, I don't know if it's a mechanism or a government machineries normally front this. We check this corruption. The other day it was Adani. After Adani, I don't know, 2 billion. After 2 billion. So they keep on. If we realize this, they close that one, they bring another one. We forget the other one. So corruption has been a challenge. It's a challenge. I don't know how we can cure it.
Even in the county level, corruption is a very big challenge.
Exactly. So, and also, you know, when we normally say when the two bulls are fighting, the grass of the ground. In this perspective, the grass on the ground ni sisi. Two bulls are those people who are on the front. So when those two bulls are fighting, we people on the ground tunaumia sana. So it has been a challenge. And lastly is about how we allocate these things, allocations, and also make us know. The worst part of this is about inclusivity. Please, the main challenge now I want to finish with is about inclusivity. We should be included, not we as youths, but we as a citizen, because we are the primary customers of these nations. We are the people who are being affected at the ground part of it. So we should be included, and we should be told on how these things are working. Yes.
Okay, thank you, DK.
Okay, me to touch on the problem on Tharaka Nithi County, I think it huyo ameguzia the ethnic problem, ethnic based problem. You see, like kama sahi, the first governor was from Mara, sindio? The second governor is from Chuka. So sahi, you will hear the, like, some say now it's the time for Tharaka people. You see, like we want our own. You see, like we want our own. So unapata, like, we are not focusing on the good leader, but we are focusing on our own. You see, I think that's one challenge. And then the other challenge is new the alignment. You see, if someone wants a leadership position, akuja atuambia I want this and this and this. You see, yeye mwenyewe. You shouldn't, like, sifai kuambiwa na mtu fulani, let's vote in this person. You see, let that person come and convince me to vote in. Yeah.
Okay. One last question. Kuna hii kitu kwanza nimenotice hapa Tharaka Nithi County. Hata governor alikuwa amesema ati hata anaweza toka kwe MC wa Igamba Ng'ombe. Alisema kitu kama hiyo, ndio? So pia senator Kataya anataka kuwa MP wa Tharaka. From when do political
recycling.
When does it end? Or when do I as a leader imagine me ni senator nataka kuwa MP?
You know, there is something that we need to. That's why we are telling you that we people on the ground, these voices are ours. You know, these positions are not meant for one person.
Specific persons.
We need to inject new blood for those positions, because you know, when there is an normalcy, that tendency of doing things normal on your side, that when you wake up, you brush your teeth, uoge, you do this. So there is someone when you wake up, ataoga kwanza ndio brush teeth, and it might bring a changes. So you know, there is someone, kuna mwingine akipewa hizi pesa, like kama ako kwa docket, first of all ataenda kwa watu awaulize hii pesa nitumie nini. But kuna mwingine sasa yeye akikuja ataenda kwa ground yeye mwenyewe without including people na ajue what to do. So we need to inject new blood. I don't see the tendency of a governor coming back to their name we need to inject new blood. And these positions, we have youths. You have youths. So these positions should be taken by youths who are still energetic, who can stand firm. You see? Ideas. We don't want leaders whom even to access them is a problem, because and let me tell you, if I'm a leader, you know, a youth like my brother here can vie for MCA, he still have a future to climb high. But who is a governor? Because they have a full investment. So this issue, you know, we anajua shida yenye mtu anapitia kwa ground. So I don't see, for us the people on the ground, let's do this. There is no need of recycling in this leadership. Let's bring new blood, and also let uphold people, because toa tu mtu kwa ground akue hapo mwenye anasikia. Unajua kuna leaders wenye wajai lala njaa, hii kitu wanasikianga tu kama hadithi, na tunataka mwenye amelala njaa, mwenye anajua the problem, hata akipitia hapo anajua shosho huyu ana nyumba, you know, someone who knows people from up to ground to up, anajua watu kwa ground na majina. So I don't see the need of recycling leaders on these seats. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so very much. This has been Hatua Now Session 7. We are almost coming to an end. This has been very engaging and I'm very happy actually. So leo tumekuja tukarealize mambo ya public participation, the government is not doing its work. The national government and the county government. So Tharaka Nithi County and all counties in the country, tafadhali make sure that watu wanajua public participation ni lini, ni wapi, and make it earlier. And sio kuweka tu kwa gazeti peke yake, because sio kila mtu anasoma gazeti. Kuna mainstream media, kuna social media. County government siko na social media yake.
Yeah.
Eka huko, tuna follow, we will see. And also youth, tumesema hakuna kurecycle leaders. Yo mwenye alikuwa governor anataka kuwa MCS, sijui anataka kuwa nini. Manze, time yako imeisha. Time to go home. Sawa. And youth, I keep on saying we are not the leaders of tomorrow, because what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is for our children. We are leaders of today. Take the mantle, like sai. Kama sai niko na DK nasimama MCA, niko na wakili Karani nasimama MCA, tulikuwa na Kimodho Lasema nasimama MCA. I mean, we are taking, yani tunachukua the mantle by ourselves. So tuchukueni kura guys, mwende IBC watakuwa wanakuja ground, I think from maybe next week, I'm not sure, but sio lazima wakuja mahali yuko. Wewe tafuta IBC mahali wako, enda chukua kura so that we can vote. So that is the political state of the Tharaka Nithi County and the national country at large. So this has been Hatua Now Station 7. See you next time. Bye.